If you've been following the Straw Hat Crew's adventures, you know Luffy's all about living life on his own terms, but it goes way deeper than that, trust me. We're gonna break down how Luffy's journey isn't just about becoming Pirate King. It's a masterclass in what it means to be truly free. So grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's set sail on this awesome exploration of Luffy and freedom in one piece. Alright, let's rewind to where it all began. Luffy's childhood. Our boy grew up without his parents, stuck on an island with his grandpa and some mountain bandits. Talk about a rough start. But then Shanks shows up and bam, Luffy's whole world changes. Shanks isn't just some cool pirate. He's like the embodiment of freedom for little Luffy, exploring new lands, living by your own rules. Shanks shows Luffy that being a pirate isn't about being a bad guy, it's about being free. And let's not forget that iconic moment when Shanks gives Luffy his straw hat. It's more than just a cool accessory. It's a symbol of the freedom Luffy's gonna chase for the rest of his life. Now let's talk about Luffy's big dream, becoming the Pirate King. But here's the thing. For Luffy, being Pirate King isn't about ruling over others or having a ton of treasure. Nah, it's all about being the freest person in the world. Think about it. In a world controlled by the world government and powerful pirates, the Pirate King stands above it all, answering to no one. Luffy's chasing this dream not for fame or power, but for the ultimate freedom it represents. It's like he's saying, I'm gonna live my life exactly how I want and nothing's gonna stop me. And that's what makes his journey so freaking inspiring. One of the coolest things about Luffy, he couldn't care less about labels or status. Seriously, this dude will treat a king and a street vendor the same way. It's all about who you are as a person, not your fancy title. Remember when he punched that celestial dragon? Luffy doesn't see important people. He sees jerks who need a good ass kicking. And it goes the other way too. Luffy's crew is full of people society rejected, but he saw their true worth. A reindeer doctor, a cyborg shipwright, living skeleton musician. Luffy's like, hell yeah, join my crew. He's free from society's judgments, and he helps others break free too. Now let's get into the big showdown. Luffy versus the world government. It's like David versus Goliath, but David's made of rubber and has a straw hat. The world government in One Piece is all about control, keeping people in line, and maintaining their power. But Luffy, he's the wrench in their perfectly oiled machine. Every time Luffy takes down a corrupt official or saves an island from a government-backed villain, he's not just winning a fight, he's striking a blow for freedom. It's like Oda's showing us that true freedom often means standing up to the systems that want to keep us down. Luffy might not set out to be a revolutionary, but his actions speak louder than any manifesto. Luffy's not your typical hero, but damn if he doesn't end up saving people left and right. Think about Alabasta, where he took down Crocodile and saved an entire kingdom. Or Dressrosa, where he freed a whole country from Doflamingo's twisted rule. And don't even get me started on Wano, that was epic. But here's the thing, Luffy doesn't roll into town thinking time to save the day. Nah, he usually gets involved because someone he cares about is in trouble. But once he's in, he goes all out. And it's not just about beating the bad guy. Luffy shows people they can stand up for themselves. He doesn't want to be their savior. He wants them to find their own strength and freedom. It's like he's planting seeds of rebellion wherever he goes. And I'm here for it. Let's talk about the Straw Hat Crew for a sec, because they're not just a bunch of pirates, they're like a floating island of freedom. Every single member has their own dream, right? Zoro wants to be the greatest swordsman, Nami wants to map the world, Sanji's looking for the all blue, and Luffy, he supports all of it. It's like he's created this bubble of freedom where everyone can chase their wildest dreams. And have you noticed how diverse the crew is? You've got humans, reindeer, a fishman, a cyborg, a skeleton. It's like a big middle finger to prejudice and discrimination. Luffy doesn't care what you are, he cares who you are. That's freedom, baby. The freedom to be yourself and chase your dreams, no matter what anyone else thinks. Okay, let's talk about some of Luffy's most badass moments. When he straight up challenges authority. Remember when he punched that celestial dragon? That wasn't just a cool fight scene, it was Luffy saying, your rules are BS and I'm not playing by them. Or how about when he declared war on the world government to save Robin? Luffy doesn't just talk about freedom, he fights for it. Consequences be damned. And it's not just the big moments, it's in the little things too, like refusing to bow to anyone or always speaking his mind. Luffy lives freedom every day and it's freaking inspiring. He shows us that sometimes being free means having the guts to stand up to the powers that be, even when it's dangerous. Now let's get into the feels for a minute and talk about the Straw Hat family. Because that's what they are, not just a crew but a family. Luffy creates this space where everyone can be 100% themselves. Got daddy issues like Robin? Luffy's got your back. Insecure about your appearance like Chopper? Luffy thinks you're awesome as you are. It's like he's collecting all these people who've been rejected or misunderstood by the world and saying, you're perfect, and you belong with us. And the loyalty goes both ways. Remember how the whole crew was ready to take on the world to save Robin? That's the kind of freedom Luffy creates. The freedom to be yourself, to be accepted, and to have a family that will always have your back. Here's the thing about Luffy. He's not trying to be the world's hero. He's not out there like, I'm gonna save everyone and fix all the problems. Nah, Luffy's just doing his own thing. But here's where it gets interesting. His own thing often ends up helping a ton of people, like he'll bust into some island to help a friend and end up toppling a corrupt government. Oops. But Luffy doesn't do it for glory or because he thinks he should. He does it because in that moment it's what he believes is right. And that's a different kind of freedom. The freedom to act on your beliefs regardless of what the world expects from you. Luffy shows us that being free sometimes means being the hero the world needs, even if you never set out to be one. Here's something wild about Luffy's brand of freedom. It spreads like wildfire. Everywhere he goes, he leaves a trail of people inspired to stand up for themselves and fight for their own freedom. Think about it. Vivi standing up to Crocodile, the Dressrosa people rising against Doflamingo, the samurai in Wano finding their courage. Luffy doesn't just free people, he shows them how to be free. It's like he's got this aura that makes people believe in themselves and their power to change things. And it's not just civilians. Look at how many powerful allies Luffy's made along the way. Former enemies, other pirates, even some marines are drawn to Luffy's free spirit. It's like his freedom is contagious, and he's starting a freedom pandemic across the One Piece world. Alright crew, we've been on one hell of a journey exploring why Luffy is the ultimate symbol of freedom in One Piece. From his childhood dreams to his epic battles, from his diverse crew to his impact on the world, Luffy lives and breathes freedom in everything he does. He shows us that being free isn't just about doing whatever you want. It's about living true to yourself, standing up for what's right, and helping others find their own freedom. In a world that often feels limited by rules, expectations, and fear, Luffy reminds us to dream big, be ourselves, and never let anyone clip our wings. So next time you're feeling boxed in, ask yourself, what would Luffy do? Because in the end, the One Piece isn't just some treasure. It's the freedom to live life on your own terms. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more One Piece content. This is going to be a wild ride, and I'm hyped to experience it with all of you. Catch you in a few days.